2018 Russia World Cup. Post-mortem, Eagles out in the first round. Will there be a time that the Super Eagles will cross first round to the qualifying stage? All this on Platform Media International. This is Platform Media International. Welcome to Platform Media PMI Sports. I'm yours sincerely, Joe Ehizode. Tonight, we're looking at how the Super Eagles fared in the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Again, it is the same story. Eagles failed to make it to the second round. And that where everybody thought they would be able. But many said Eagles will not make it. Given the coaching, given the players that are available. But we're doing a post-mortem tonight. I have in the studio my very good friend Elijah Onosomode, a very prominent supporter of the Super Eagles. He has gone around the whole world traveling with the Super Eagles, now based in Vancouver, Canada. Elijah, welcome to the program.
You're welcome. I call you Ogajo because I've known you for a long time, and I want to say congratulations for taking Platform Media International to this stage where it is today. And honestly, viewers, thank you for having me in this program.
Well, thank you. I'll take that endorsement. Platform Media International. Yeah, this is part of our token that we're giving back to the society where we are. And that's why we established Platform Media. But again, back to the issue at stake. The Super Eagles went to Russia with a promise. As a matter of fact, the Super Eagles captain, Mikel Obi, promised the head of state, President Muhammadu Buhari, that they will bring the cup. But not all of us were taken with that promise. But we thought at least they would go to the second round. And if not, maybe quarterfinals. But at the last minute, they blew it. Elijah, you have followed the Super Eagles around the whole world. And as a matter of fact, you are one of the core supporters of the Super Eagles Supporters Club. Now, why do you think we normally get it wrong at the last minute? Why are we not going forward? The same story, 2014 in Brazil, we were able to make it to the first round, but we fell apart. We were beaten by France. Now, Argentina is our perennial conquerors. They've beaten us in all the World Cups, apart from France 1998 that we've been to. Argentina has been our nemesis. What do you think is the problem? Start with the players. What is it that the players don't have?
I will say we have the players, but I think one problem we're having is the coach being unable to know when to put in the player. That is one thing. You have the players and know when and how to play them. That's what matters. The coach have coached some African countries before, and he has forgotten the fact that we Africans, we don't have the same style of play. We were coached by, the German white before, white man that took our football to a certain level, like the 94 squad. Mm-hmm. We play the 4 attack, 2 defense, 2 midfield, and 4 defense. So, and when you see the pattern those people play, that's why any country we meet that time, it's a war, because they don't believe, But now see since the
General.
Since the coach came in, the friendlies that he has been playing. When I watched the game against Poland, I watched the game against England, that we weren't going to go far. I knew we weren't going to go far. Why? Because, you have to correct some of these things. But if you can't, like when they interview him after the England match, he said, well, I still have some
magic ones.
Yeah, I have some.
Well, Elijah, let me stop you right there. people were blaming the coach. Remember that this is the coach that took us through the African qualifying series. We never lost a match.
Yeah.
Now we're blaming him now that he didn't make the necessary change, use the necessary tactics to win. How is that? After all, in the African qualifying series, we never gave the Super Eagles a chance when we had the likes of Algeria and Cameroon. We beat all of them. They never dropped one. They never lost and lose any match. So when we got to World Cup, it's a different ball game. So why are we blaming the coach? The same coach that took us through the African qualifying series. Is it fair on the coach?
I will say yes and I will say no, because if you look at it, African Nations Cup or qualifying series from the African group is different from the World Cup. World Cup is for men, people who are hungry, people want to win the cup, want to make sure they go past the stage. Because if you look at the financial involvement, because the further you go in the World Cup, there's the chance of you selling in your club.
Okay. Now you just mentioned one thing: hungry. Will the coach make the players to be hungry?
Yeah.
The coach will tell the players this is the strategy we want to use. But if the players refuse to or forget to use the strategy, do you have to blame the coach?
I will blame the game against Croatia. What did he do? He played one at the front. Ole Ighalo. You can't. How can he survive?
But again, he changed his strategy against Iceland, and we won. And then he stuck to the same players against Argentina. We lost.
Yeah, so, we lost because Argentina won. The game we lost against Argentina, I'm not going to blame the coach, because the boys, they play their heart out, and they really they show to the world that this is what we are capable of. You know, there's another name now for FIFA, which some of us don't really know. FIFA means football isn't for Africa.
Oh man!
You know, so
that's call that sour grapes.
No. If you look at it, because we are kind of, you know, we got the ball at the right time. We got two penalties. They didn't blow, you know, because they know if Argentina go further, Argentina are going to sell.
Okay, let me ask you something. Does it require the coach to tell you that 4 minutes to go you should defend well?
Yeah, when you are inside the pitch, you don't really see what outsiders see. Because when you are inside the pitch, you don't have time. You don't have time to look at your time. It's left for the coach.
Okay, you know why I'm saying this?
No.
In the Nations Cup in 2013 in South Africa, Sivikeshi refused to use one of the EK brothers or whatever, because at the last minute he refused to hold on to the ball and shot towards the goal, and the goalkeeper of the opposing team kicked that last kick, and Nigeria, they equalized against Nigeria. This is not the first time, I'm telling you. Remember in 2013, I can't remember the team now, either it's Senegal or whichever team, or Guinea. How is it that our players cannot finish well? Is that part of the coaching? Would you blame a coach for that? We had 4 minutes to go, and you left your 18 empty. Were you trying to score when you don't even need a win to qualify? You need a draw. 4 minutes to go. You consider the goal. Does that require the coach to tell you that?
No, it doesn't require the coach to tell you that. It's just the coach have to tell you that you have 4 minutes. So
I'm sure he was signaling his boy that we have 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, but if you look at it from the other angle, even Maradona, at that 4 minutes, Maradona was in coma.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how you already have heart attack.
Because he knew
if this will be the first time Nigeria will take them out,
yes,
and the first time they will leave the world. So it's both sides.
Well, I thought our boys should go and line up the 18 as at that time, and frustrate the game and frustrate the ball from even coming to the field of play. That's exactly, even basic football. I played football up to the high school level, maybe university level. But even at that, you are supposed to know the basics, that 4 minutes to go, you delay, you feign injury. You have different tactics to kill time.
Yeah,
our boys didn't do that.
The pressure was on, when you watch the recap, you will see that the pressure was on us at that time. They were all coming, shooting, and they want to make sure that either they cause penalty or the free kick, you know. But I believe we were just unlucky because that game, we were just
so
unlucky.
don't
I'm not blaming the coach on
okay.
that last game, you know. But where the problem is our first match. If we had played the Croatia game and we even drew, at least that will give us an upper hand because already Argentina.
But again, Croatia is not a weak team.
It's not a weak team. They won all their matches, you know. And
that's what I keep telling Nigerians. Croatia is not a weak team. They are good. And if care is not taken, Croatia could go even to the semi-finals. You can bet me on that.
Yeah, I think it depends.
They can.
It depends on look at what Colombia did.
Okay.
Colombia, they played their first match, they won it, they played against Germany.
So you see, again, this attitude of players, I think it's an African team. African team should need to go back. Look at Senegal. Senegal needed a draw.
Yeah.
And blew it. Okay? Morocco, that was very good. Morocco, if you look at the games, Morocco seemed to be one of the strongest African teams in that tournament, in this World Cup.
Yeah.
But they also blew it. Africans do not know how to pen 2 from 4. If you play pool those days, you pen 2 from 4. Out of the 4 matches we are playing, let us see how we are going to play 2 and get points from those 2. They don't. They just go blindly, say let's play, and it doesn't work anymore. You'll be surprised, Elijah, if you have been following soccer. Teams like Brazil that is struggling now in the qualifying series, when they get to the knockout stage, they're going to wake up. France, they wake up. People play in the group stage to qualify. And the qualifying, you can get a draw from here and get a win from here. You pump 2 from 4. That's how it goes. Okay, how do you see let's go to the coaching, the administration part. Elijah, I've been following soccer for a long time. From 1994, when we started qualifying for the World Cup, this is about the first time that the Super Eagles did not fight over allowances. I'm not a very good fan of Pinnick Amaju. As a matter of fact, when he became the FA chairman, one of the harshest critics. But give it to him, this one. There was no fight over allowances. The players did not complain of food. They did not complain over their allowances. Everything was paid. And as a matter of fact, whoever designed that jersey, give it to Amaju. Because at least Nigerians, they know now that will have a sense of fashion. It's not only football you use as a diplomatic, what we call soldiering, but you can also make a statement internationally. But we made a statement through our jersey. Yeah. So, for me personally, the current NFA executive, they got it right. What do you say about that?
Yeah, since Amaju came in, there have been changes in the administrative aspect of it, and he has really worked with the ex-footballer, which not everybody knew about it. You know, somebody like Wisin Oruma, who is not feeling fine, he has been there for him. Even Okocha today, you know, he has been there for them, and some other ex-players, because he knows what it takes, the pain, you know. And he said, when we were preparing for the World Cup, he said, look, I will do everything possible to make sure that, you know, we have a good outing. Because, you know, there's always criticism. Everybody, hey, Amaju, no. You know, and we told them, Mavu wrote in one of the papers, I said, look, let's remove sentiment. This guy is doing everything to make sure that the World Cup, you know, will be successful. And when you talk about the costume was made by an Shaqiri boy, you know.
The jersey?
I mean the costume, the one they use at the.
Oh, okay. Before the one they arrive in Russia. Yeah. Don't call it costume. It's our national dress. What do you call it, costume?
And when they got to Russia, everybody was like, wow, what kind of, you know. And if you check out, if let's assume, you know, they use that to give point, at least Nigeria would have come out first or second.
Would have carried the World Cup.
The World Cup, you know. So I think, you know.
So the criticism against Amaju, do you think is fair?
No, they're not being fair. They're not being fair.
For me personally, people accuse him of being arrogant. I found myself in that position before. People say Joe is arrogant. You see, being efficient and being arrogant, there's a thin line between efficiency and arrogance. So if he's being accused of being arrogant, if he's doing his job well, who cares about his arrogance?
Pinnick Amaju has delivered, what some of the past, chairmen have not, done. He has proven to Nigerians that, it's just a matter of time. Like what the coach said after the match, he said, "Look, I still want to work with the Super Eagles. I still want to be the coach of the Super Eagles." So I believe let's give Amaju, the benefit of doubt is there, and things are going well. Finances, everything.
Okay. We see because I learned there's a whole wall of war chest against him, and let's see what comes out. I'm not personally involved in politics of NFF, Nigeria Football Federation, but I'm just saying it from the superficial level. What I see is what I'm basing my judgment is, because I follow football from the World Cup 1994 to 98 to 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014, all about. I followed them. In 1994, before they played Italy, Super Eagles fought over allowances. They lost to Italy. In 1998, before they lost to Denmark, they fought over allowances. In 2002, before they played England, they fought over allowances. In 2014, in Brazil, before they played France, they were busy sharing money and they stayed late until 4 a.m. the morning before they played match. But none of this, we didn't hear about this. No. For that, I give Pinnick Amaju the credit. And if that's a very good factor to return, I think he's qualified to return. But if other things that we are not seeing, people feel it's not qualified, well, so be it. Elijah, I want to thank you for coming to the program. And I wish you continue to support the Super Eagles. Thick or thin, that's what support is.
Of course.
Even if they lose, keep supporting them. If they win, we support them.
We support them.
Because that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Well, viewers, that's a post-mortem of the Eagle participation in the World Cup in Russia. Players, perhaps they don't live up to expectations, but they did well though. And we also have to commend the coaches for doing a good job, even though we didn't go to the second round. And the administrators, we feel they have done well. We should build on this for 2022 and the Nations Cup that's coming up around the corner in 2 years. I'm yours sincerely, Joe Ehizode. Thanking our producer behind the camera for a good job well done. And fans and all over the world watching us. We say, stick to us, meet us on Facebook and Twitter. And we'll give you the best. Have a good night and bye-bye.